Hey, this is Tyler Lubin at Vizual Intelligence Consulting, and today we're going to talk about the difference between sets and groups. Sets and groups are very similar. They're almost the same thing in the aspect of groups are a simpler version of a set. So when you want to group something, you select multiple things and then you group them into a higher category. So you're creating a higher category of a smaller subset. That would make more sense once I show the example, but the main thing here is you are grouping in one dimension and creating a new dimension with that grouping. A set is a more complex and dynamic grouping. So as I said, with the grouping, you're looking at one dimension and grouping the members within the one dimension. With sets, you can group across multiple dimensions and also set conditions to make it a dynamic set. So today we're going to show you some different groups that we can make, how we can create a region by grouping states, and then show some examples of a constant set, a dynamic set, and then how you can do a join of two different sets to make a combined set. So here we're going to jump into the standard grouping. So here's an example where we have subcategory. So we have all of these different subcategories, and I want to group these into a main category, which is going to be furniture, office supplies, and technology. So I'm going to click on the first one and hold Shift to select all the ones under it. So bookcase to tables. I'm going to hit this little paper clip. And then I grouped all these into another group. So as you see here in the data, we have subcategory, which was the dimension that was in the view. And then once I grouped it, it created a new dimension called subcategory group. So now this is the one that we're working with. We're not replacing subcategory. We're creating a new dimension of the grouping that I'm going to do to subcategory. So now I'm going to continue grouping. I'm going to grab appliances and go all the way down to supplies. And those are going to be all my office supplies. And then I'm going to grab accessories all the way down to phones and group this. And these are going to be my technology. So here I right click the group, edit alias, rename this. Same thing with my office supply groups. And my furniture. All right, so here I have the new subcategory group. I'm going to bring over the original subcategory. And now you see that I created this new group here with all of the subcategories under it. All right, so let's go ahead and just bring over profit. Create a simple bar chart, and let's color this by this new subcategory group we created. So now I can see easily the different main groupings. All right, so this is one example of grouping. Another example of a grouping is to group states into a region. So now if I have all of these different states and I have custom regions or just a standard region, I can group these states into a custom region and then map it. So in this example, I'm going to create Central, East, South, and West United States. So here I'm clicking Illinois, and then I'm going to go all the way down to Wisconsin, and I'm going to group this, and this is going to be my Central. I'm going from Connecticut all the way down to West Virginia. This is going to be my East. I'm going to click Alabama and go all the way down to Virginia. This is going to be my South, and the rest will be my West. So as you see, I created a new calculation, state group, rename these, Central, east, south, and west. And I'll do the same thing. I will bring over the original state because I did not replace it. And now you can see the states are being grouped into a higher category called state group. So then I can rename this to region. And now I have regions here. So let's remove state. Let's bring profit over. And then now let's map this. So now you see I have the region that was created by the states mapped into this nice visualization. All right, so just to clarify, as you see, groups are looking at one dimension, grouping them, grouping all the members into a higher category. So that is very helpful when creating ad hoc analysis, as well as creating standard dashboards if you don't already have those groupings in your data. Next example would be an example of constant sets. So in this example, I'm going to look at profit and sales by subcategory. All right, so here we see all of the different subcategories plotted out by profits and sales. So sales going horizontal, profits going vertical. So I wanted to only capture people that have high sales and high profits. So that is going to be this group right here. So once I highlight them, go over here, and next to the paperclip, you'll see sets. Create set and call this top sales and profit subcategory. So as you see, it grabs all of the members that I created, that I selected here. All right, so now I can say, well, instead of coloring this by subcategory, I want you to color this by this set. And then it's going to color anybody that is in that set. I'm going to make it green and red because those are my more profitable and higher sales subcategories. So that is how you create a constant set. You grab the data that you see in the visualization and create a set for it. And you can use that set on other visualizations. So now let's do another example using that set. So let's look at discount. So let's say, are we giving more discounts to the people that are profiting more and have higher sales, or are they just better customers? We can figure it out by using this new set. So we got discounts here. Let's look at order date. And then let's split this graph by the set. So the people that are in the set, which I manually grabbed, are offered around 20% discount compared to people who are not in the set are offered around a 12% discount. So pretty much it's saying if we offer a higher discount, we're going to get more sales and better profit. So that's a good way to use sets, is to see people that are in a certain set, what's going on using different types of data, different types of view, different types of drill down. So you can use that constant set throughout your different analysis. Now there's a dynamic set, which is a little more complex. So we could have done the same thing here by just grabbing these and grouping it and then seeing what this was and splitting this by the group. But in a dynamic set, you can create a dynamic calculation across multiple dimensions. So in this example, we're going to look at subcategory, and we're going to look at profit and sales again. All right, so in this example, I want everyone that has a positive profit and over 100,000 in sales. Now I can manually just grab people and group them. I could do it that way, but then once I update the data, I have to manually grab them and group them again. So I would want a smarter, more dynamic way of figuring this out. So the first thing we're going to do is create a set for profit over 0. All right, now let's bring this into view. So now we can see that everyone that had a negative is out of this set. So let's create another one for sales over 100,000. And let's bring this set over. All right, so now everyone that has over 100,000 is in this set. So what if I want profit greater than 0 and sales over 100,000? I can combine these sets together to create a new set. So if I right click on the set and do create combine cassette, I grab profit greater than 0, sales greater than 100,000, and I do an inner join. So I'm only going to grab people that are in both of these. And let's call this profit greater than 0 and sales greater than 100,000. All right, so now you see you're only in the set if you satisfy both of these conditions. So now I'm going to create a new chart with profit and sales by subcategory. And now I'm going to color this by this new set I created. So now instead of grabbing these manually to create them in a group or doing a drag and click to create it in a constant set, I now have a dynamic set, so whenever the data updates, this set will update and all the new members will become in the set. So if you have any questions, you can put a comment below. I also included the workbook so that you can see all of these worksheets as well as the final dashboard that you see below. And if you want some more material, please subscribe to my blog.